And now, Freelance Heroism presents Return to Ravenloft.
Hey everybody, welcome to Freelance Heroism. My name is Dees.
And I'm Rachel.
And before we even get started, we just want to say thank you to everyone out there who donate to the Patreon, in particular those who donate at the producer tier.
Mhm.
Rachel, would you like to let us know who they are?
I would love to. We want to say thank you to Duncan, Crispy, Nate, Breakmeister, and Rebecca. Thank you so much, everyone.
You help us make a better show for everyone, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Rachel.
Dees.
It's your birthday.
It is. Today is my birthday.
You're going to sing happy birthday for us?
No, I don't sing happy birthday when it's my
your
birthday.
Man, you're not going to sing happy birthday for us. That's so messed up.
No, everyone else sings happy birthday to me.
Oh, wow. Wow, the ego on this lady. The whole world got to sing happy birthday to you.
That's right.
Okay. You know what?
What?
I'm protesting this birthday.
Are you?
How old are you now? Like 50, 60?
No.
70, 80? Oh, shit. Is it higher?
No.
See them wrinkles creeping in from the sides. Like, you ever seen like a movie where a person gets an infectious disease and starts to eat their flesh away? It's like that.
It's not like that.
It's around the corner of the eyes is where the weakness creeps in. You can see it.
That's not true.
Rachel got a whole crow body there. There ain't no crow's feet. Just a dead crow hanging out the side of her eye.
That's not true.
How are you feeling about your birthday? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
That's so brave of you.
Thank you.
So brave facing.
Thank you.
Facing oblivion right in the eyes. Right in your crow eyes.
I had yesterday was my home D&D game where I DM. Yeah. And before I started the game, I thanked all my players for giving me what I really wanted for my birthday, which was a TPK.
And no, you did off one of them, but then they got back up.
I did kill the wizard, but they revivified him. So.
I don't think that should count. I think if the character sheet can be used again, that's not dead.
Oh, okay. Okay. But
you're feeling good about your game though?
Yeah, I had a good time. I thought they were going to finish the campaign yesterday, but they did not. So
I think we all knew they weren't.
Maybe next game.
I think we all knew they weren't.
But it was really fun, and it was with some really funny moments, and they brought a bunch of desserts from a local bakery. They asked me like what I wanted, so I picked a couple things, and so I got like tiramisu and these like fruit tarts. And then they also brought like cannolis and I think something else. And then we have this running joke because a couple years ago, one of my friends from my group, he and I went to go see Ghost. And we stopped at a Panera and we ordered food. And I always get the bear claws because it's like one of my favorite things there. Yeah. But I didn't realize that they didn't give me my bear claw with the rest of my order. You're supposed to go to the bakery counter and get it. And I didn't realize that until after we left. And I was so upset about it because we were already on the road at that point. And I was like, no, I don't want to go back for like a $2 bear claw. Let's just go. But I was so bitter about it that I told my D&D group about it the next time we were together. And since then, anytime anyone in my group goes to Panera, they always, without fail, get me a bear claw.
Oh, that's very cool of them.
And so I got one yesterday. I didn't eat it because I ate so many desserts yesterday. But I'm gonna eat it
they were just bribing you, trying not to get killed.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Today is just like, I don't know. I'm just sort of doing what I usually do on the weekends today.
You have your gift that I got you.
Yes, I've been working on that slowly. It is
gonna take 1,000 years.
It's not.
It's gonna take 1,000 years.
So Dees, I'm telling everyone, but
okay.
Dees got me this very cool it's called the Book Nook, and it's like a little kind of mini set. I don't know why I'm making hand gestures.
So it's good for this format.
Nobody can see.
Good for an audio format.
But it's like a little library, and you put it on your bookcase, so it's like a little scene, and it's big enough you could also put minis in it, which is also very exciting.
Yeah.
And it's got um little LED lights, but you have to put it all together, which I'm really excited about because I like doing that.
Oh. I was worried about it getting it for you because I thought, is this a chore? Like I always think about that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
When someone gets me a gift, if it's like a lot of assembly, I'm like,
Mhm.
this is work. They're like, they got me work. Somebody got me a plant once.
Mhm.
For I don't, I think it was a New Year's gift or it was weird.
Uh-huh.
A friend got me and another artist friend of mine like a bonsai plant.
Oh.
And I had it for a long time and was like grudgingly like taking care of it. I hated this fucking plant. I
Oh
hated.
no.
He knows when he gave it to me. I was like, God damn it. So like, but I took care of it for a long time,
Mhm.
and then after a while, my mom was really into this plant, so I was like, you take care of it now. It's on you, and I'm free.
Right.
So I took care of it for like 5 years. It sucked.
Wow.
It's still going, which is there's no way. I've won this interaction. Me and the other artist
Uh-huh.
both got one,
Mhm.
and I'm certain mine is doing better than hers. I'm sure hers is fucking dead.
Oh no.
I'm certain of it. I'm gonna check in. I'm gonna call him like, hey, remember that time Steven got us those fucking plants? You have it? She's like, what? I'm like, that's what I thought. Dead in the fucking road. Anyway, I do hope that you like it and that it looks cool. I thought when it was illuminated, the lighting and it was very cool, and I thought that would be a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm still putting all the covers on the books. There's a lot of books.
Which is weird. It's a book inside of a book nook that goes on a bookshelf
Mhm.
for a librarian who deals with books all day.
I really like it though, and I've actually, because of another gift you got me, I've wanted to kind of learn how to set up LED stuff like in little
Oh yeah,
miniatures.
yeah.
So, this will be good kind of basic practice before I.
Can we talk about the other one, or do you want to keep
Yeah.
it secret?
We can talk about the other one.
Okay.
So for Christmas, I think you also showed it to me and you were like, I don't know if I didn't get you this because I thought it would, I didn't know
Yeah.
if you'd like it or not. But
It was the old double fake.
you'd already gotten it for me.
Yeah, it was the old double cross. But you didn't know. You didn't know.
No.
I did it great. I did a good job tricking your ass.
But it's a house, like a mini house, but the back of it looks like a regular little like D&D fantasy style cottage, but the front, the boards and everything are all warped, and it's the face of like it's some evil face. It looks like a big mimic house. That's how I think of it.
That's what it was called. It's called the Mimic House.
Okay. Yeah. So I've got it primed. It took a little while for me to like I'm looking at it in the corner of my desk.
Yeah.
It took a little while for me to kind of like because it's 3D printed, so I had to kind of trim all the little bits and like sand a few areas and stuff. And then it rained for like 3 weeks straight, and I couldn't prime it. But I've got it primed. I want to paint it. I have like a general idea of how I want to paint it, with like where from the back it looks like a regular cottage, and then from the front maybe the sort of skin of the mimic, when it gets to more of the face, it turns, I don't know if I want maybe like a purple kind of color, which is going to be a weird transition.
You can have it thread in between the boards, like the purple, like right up at the edge. You could like dry brush it purple, and then have it like in between the boards is still purple and gets darker.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it kind of looks like it's crackled open.
Yeah.
I don't know. You always make them look good, so.
But I want to put like little LED lights in the windows. And I don't know if you can get them to where they flicker like candlelight, but I think that would be really cool.
You can, well, this is a weird thing. You can put, because in the windows on the model, there's a candle in each of the windows that kind of looks like its eyes.
Yeah.
If you paint those, what's it called? Darker, like the candle. If you paint them like a almost brownish cream color, and then paint the very top of it with like white and yellow, Then when the light hits from behind, it'll make it look like the light's glowing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it'll be a tone that matches. So that'll fade into it'll look ambient.
Mhm.
Little artist trick.
But I am really excited to paint that, and I really want to put the lights in. I just have to figure out how to like thread it properly because the roof can come apart. So
Yeah.
um
Battery pack in the top.
yeah.
In the angled part of the roof,
Mhm.
and then run the wires down so that the lights sort of hang
Yeah.
in front of the. I don't know. I'm curious to see. Like, I've given you a lot of work, and essentially what I've done. This has all been an elaborate plan in order to
Right.
get you to not talk so much.
Right, so I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, just leave me the fuck alone. It's all an elaborate. I got you an old journal, so you have to write and you won't be talking. And then the model, the 3D printed fucking mini.
Yeah.
And yeah, now you're out.
That's right.
This is years worth of distraction. Years worth.
This is also you could play Final Fantasy Rebirth, which is what I got you.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Thank you so much for that. And we're just talking
Yeah.
about birthdays in general now, not
Okay.
just yours.
Yeah.
But it was very nice. That gift you got me for Christmas was super great.
Well,
And
yeah.
I am going to get so much value out of it. I've already put like 40 hours into this game, and I'm not even close to that.
That's awesome. It looks really, really fun. I had a really good time with Remake, so I do want to play Rebirth.
Rebirth is amazing.
Mhm.
We've talked about it in like 6 intros, but it's I do hope you like the stuff, and I hope your day goes good.
Thank you.
It looks bright outside, which I know you enjoy.
It's not. It's actually really rainy outside.
I can't even.
This camera like brightens up the like. It looks much brighter in this room than it actually is.
I've been in that room. It's bright. I've been in that room. It's very bright. Not a fan of the brightness.
Oh, okay.
I'm just telling you. Like the whole time we were there, it was like gray. Like we had like, closed all the windows up. She like vampire proofed her house for when I came to visit. I'm used to living in a dark hole. All right, just let me have my dark hole.
I did have one like window open or not open, with, like the curtain pulled back for the cats, because otherwise they'll open the curtain themselves.
When is your cat's birthday? I'm gonna send them a strip of bacon or 2.
I don't know. I don't have their birthdays planned.
I'll have a rolled up like a little pinwheel of bacon. I'll send you like 16 of them, and you can dole them out as necessary.
They followed me to the basement this morning when I went to go put laundry in the washer.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, they both I opened the door and they both just ran over, and I looked at them and I'm like, what? And then they both ran down the stairs into the basement. They're not allowed in the basement because it's like really gross and there's a lot of stuff down there that's not mine. And they immediately get down there and then they just scatter in different directions.
Go ahead, divide and conquer.
And then I think that because they never go in the basement, I think it also freaked them out because the basement's the size of the house up here.
Yeah.
So they got down there and I think like the room was much bigger than they were expecting, and they both just started running around and they both looked kind of panicked. Like it was overwhelming to them, and I had to scoop them both up and then take them back upstairs and throw them out.
I remember watching your cats be overwhelmed when I cooked that steak. Because you're a vegetarian, they had no way of coping with what was happening on that pan.
Yeah.
They just they both sat down in the door frame and just stared at me. I was like, guys, this is like a one-time thing. You're not going to get another one of these coming through here for a while.
One of them, he became your buddy for your entire visit. He would always sit in the chair across from you. When
not on the table or off to the side or on the floor. In the chair, like he was like a member of the fucking household. He's like, we really need to talk about our expenditures.
Yeah.
I like them both, but the one fucking dipshit was eating bacon and got bacon stuck sideways between 2 teeth. Yeah. And he was chewing, but his mouth wouldn't close because a hard strip of bacon upright in his mouth, and he couldn't close his mouth, and he just kept trying. And I'm like, let me help, and I like pulled it out of his teeth. I'm like, good God.
They'd never had experienced bacon before. They didn't know what to
They
do.
experienced the shit out of it while I was there. They would like come up to me every time I cooked, and they're just unbelievable.
Like, please, she doesn't do this for us.
I'm gonna give you bacon, guys. Calm down. It's gonna happen. Just relax. I gotta cook it first. Well, I hope your birthday goes good.
Thank you.
And there's no like chaos or stresses. And that's just a chill day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, should we go to this week's episode?
I guess so.
Okay. So this is Return to Ravenloft, Season 2, Episode 26, Drop Dead Dinner.
Drop Dead Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the one I think it is?
I think so.
Hell yeah. Man, this one goes hard off the rails.
Yeah.
By the way, shout out to Psychic D-Walk for fucking hard channeling my... I had everything prepped for this.
Uh-huh.
Because like DMs always give you the surprises.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna give the DM a surprise this time. And then he started talking about stuff, and he literally said the word, and I was like, this motherfucker. I'm like, I didn't tell anyone. I was so upset.
Yeah.
I was like, this mother, I cannot believe. Anyway, enjoy this episode. Is one of my favorites. So, where do we leave off?
Another dinner.
Yeah, you were having dinner.
We were
Right.
preparing dinner.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh. Suddenly it becomes so clear. Hey, be honest. You guys remember Master Shredder from the Master Splinter from the Ninja Turtles, right?
yes.
All right. He cut off a piece of my ear. That sounds just like him, right?
Mhm.
Am I
It does.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty good.
Just it's not a one of those things where it's not like a famous celebrity or whatever. It's like, hey, there was a rat from a movie about turtles that skateboard and eat pizza. I can do his voice. Okay.
Your claim
Yeah.
to fame, sir.
It's all
Thank
good,
you.
brother.
Call
Very
me
nice.
Netflix. As a matter of fact, don't. HBO, call me. Just the Netflix. You can chill. You guys are not doing great right now.
You'd
They're
very much like
not.
your show to keep up for more than...
I am blown away at the failure rate right now in Netflix. It is mind blowing to me that they can still fuck up this hard after so long.
Mhm.
They're amazing.
Well, their predecessor had the exact same flaw. And that's why we don't have Blockbuster anymore.
Why is every show I want to watch on Hulu now? What is happening? It's like, man, I wanted to watch Frasier. They're like, took it off Netflix, went to Hulu. I'm like, what? They're like, Star Trek. I'm like, nope. I'm like, Wayne's World? They're like, nope. I'm like,
all of the individual studios and everything saw that Netflix was getting rich off of their intellectual property, and they went, well, fuck that. So
Yeah.
Paramount grabbed everything it could, and
I just feel like we're reinventing cable,
Yeah.
right? You're gonna start packaging up streaming. Like I saw Amazon do it the other day. They're like, you get HBO and Hulu and Amazon Prime together, and I'm like, that's cable. What you're doing is called cable.
it's close.
It's called cable. How about we just nobody can sell TV shows anymore, and we'll just torrent everything.
Well, see, the problem is that with the streaming
Napster.
model,
Kidding.
it doesn't make money the way that traditional TV does. That's why a show on television can go 6, 7, 8, 10 seasons in some case, because regardless, if as long as they can sell advertising during the show, it's good. With Netflix's metric is we put a show on the air. Did we gain subscribers because of it? Great. Okay, we're going to bring it back for season 2. Did we get more subscribers? No, but everybody that watched the first season came back and watched the second season. Oh, well, fuck that. It's not extra money, so kill it.
Yeah.
And HBO
Yeah.
Max is kind of doing this. So it's They
HBO
don't
Max is okay to me, and I'll tell you why. It's because the quality of the shows that they put on HBO, they have like 10 shows a year,
Yeah.
right? And those 10 shows are better than anything on any of the other channels, period. Like for every one of the like Ted Lassos you get,
Yeah.
right, on another network, you get like The Wire, fucking Game of Thrones. What was the other one we just watched? We watched a bunch of We Run This City.
Mhm.
Fucking amazing. Like they're so much better like than even the best shows on the like I wanted to watch what was it called? Handmaid's Tale, right? When it first came out, I was like, man, I gotta see this. This is fucked up. I want to be sad. So like, but I mean, what do you drop, right? At the time, it was like Netflix still had all the Star Treks. So
Yep.
fuck, you're not. I'm gonna be around, right?
Mhm.
Get rid of Netflix. That's my Star Treks. But then they got rid of Star Trek, and I'm like, well, they got Doctor Who. No more Doctor
That's
Who, and I'm like,
overrun.
okay,
Over on Disney Plus now.
well, The Witcher's good. The Witcher's good. Now they're about to fuck up The Witcher, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got Is It Cake?
Ooh.
Got
Yeah.
I think one more season of Stranger Things, although I feel like it probably should have ended a season previous.
Season previous.
I was not a huge fan of the last season. I thought it was okay.
I couldn't even, I don't know why. I just could not gather. I still haven't watched it, and I just haven't been able to convince myself to do so.
It's pretty good. Some
Okay.
parts of it are pretty good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'll have to go sit down and watch it eventually.
Like I said,
Yeah.
there's better shows on Netflix, but they're old. Netflix isn't making anything good that's new. And the things they do make, like fantasy, that I think would really hit on Netflix, right? Fantasy shows, sci-fi shows.
Yep.
They're so bad. Like the fantasy shows are all like made for like high school kids or
Mhm.
something. It's
Yeah.
you know. Remember, you guys tried to tell me to watch that King Arthur show that was on the BBC, Merlin
yeah.
or whatever.
Mhm, Merlin.
And I watched like the trailers for it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not watching it. I can't get behind the plight of a bunch of children. I just can't. Like their problems don't seem real to me.
He's just like, fuck them kids.
I'm just saying, I'm just saying, it feels like Power Rangers to me, where it's like not kind of real. Like all their problems are kind of not real,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Like even though I know Merlin and King Arthur have big deal problems, when I look at them, it feels like what's that show with the fucking Archie and Veronica shit?
Riverdale?
Riverdale.
Yeah.
It all feels like Glee or Riverdale to me.
Yeah. Super serialized
Mm.
drama for
I think the only shows on Netflix that I'm like really excited for is anything Mike Flanagan puts out
Yeah.
right now. 'Cause
That
he's-
they're gonna do Dark Tower.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be on Amazon, not
Oh.
Netflix,
Of course.
which means I will be getting Prime to watch the Dark Tower TV show.
I don't know. It just feels like
Yep. It
Netflix
is coming
really-
to Amazon. Yep.
Netflix really desperately needs work. You know what the Amazon draw for me is? The Expanse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I heard that Jeff Bezos really likes it, and that sort of makes me dislike it, but it is still a great show.
Yeah.
But fuck Bezos, man. Like kind of
All that indentured servitude, labor, and space just makes me wet.
there's someone in the world that is their job to set his shoes out in the morning, right? And they could easily put glue in there. They could easily do it. Just a small amount to where like you wouldn't feel it right away. Right? And you just put your feet in there, and it just slowly dry your feet to the bottom of your shoes.
Just enough
then
to be
you-
annoying.
Well, then when you want to take them off, the insole comes with it, and you're just like, now you're really fucked, right? Just little things like that would be fine. I mean,
Mhm.
I
just
thought you were going to go a
shit.
different route with that. I thought you were going to employ a Russian solution with the shoes.
Nah, it's a little bit of shit in the food every day for like a year. It's a little bit, not enough to like distort the flavor, but just enough to know it's in there, you know?
Yeah. Just enough to impart a little bit of nuttiness.
Yeah, like, you know, everything's just a little more burnt sienna. Is this too gross?
Pretty gross.
Pooping Jeff Bezos's food, someone. Come on. He's not cooking.
Do it for America, damn it.
I was like, I thought Sweet Baby Ray's was gonna start fucking with their sauce in order to get at Mark Zuckerberg. Because I love Sweet Baby Ray's, but I've never questioned the flavor of a sauce more than when Mark Zuckerberg liked it. I'm like,
am I wrong?
Am I wrong? Yeah. Anyway, I'm ready. I just like to pep us up before the game.
Yeah, poop us up, you mean?
I'll poop in Bezos's food, man. I don't want to do that. I'll give him a schnitzel. It's like a schnitzel, but with shit in it.
Ew.
Damn.
Introduce him to some of that army cuisine. Bring him shit on a shingle.
MREs.
Yep.
The heating pad in the bottom. Did they take away from you?
Yep.
Because they don't want you to make bombs with it. I swear to God, that's true. That's true. MREs have this little, it's like a thermal heating pad inside, right? And so you can add some moisture to it and it'll heat up, right?
Oh, okay.
So you can heat up your fucking gross chili mac or your fucking whatever.
Strawberry milkshake shit. Yeah.
Right.
Ugh.
And but what they do is they take it from you because they can't just throw them out. You have to dispose of them the right way, because if you just throw out a fucking 50 heating packets, it'll just set trash on fire. So you gotta dispatch them smart. Yeah.
Why don't they just make them without the heating pad?
Because then you have to trust a bunch of young GIs to make fire.
Oh.
It's worse.
Yep. Cut open the top of a poly bag sleeve. Place the MRE food portion inside the bag next to the heater. Add plain water to the field line and fold the open end of the bag.
I mean, so many MREs.
In just 12 minutes, enjoy a hot meal anytime, any place.
Bullshit. Okay, you don't enjoy an MRE ever. I know people who say they love
a
them.
hot meal.
Yes.
I know people.
That's just programming.
People say no. People who aren't in the military. People will order MREs for camping, and they talk about how great they are. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Like, you're a fucking idiot. Those things suck.
I love the fact that within the instructions that are printed with the MRE, when it says how to cook it, it says place it against a rock or something.
Yeah.
And if you think that's, not only do they say it in the instructions, it's also included in the fucking picture. Yep. Rock or something.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not.
It's like those old bivouac tales where it's like fucking. They have this thing called a shelter half that's built into your gear. You know what a shelter half is?
Shelter.
It's half of a tent.
Oh, okay.
It's like a canvas sheet that has snaps on the side, right? Yeah. And so what you do is you and another soldier will like. One person digs a trench out, one person hands the other person their thing, and then you snap together the top, and then you put two sticks to hold up, or two rails to hold it up, and then you sleep underneath that, and then the other person digs a V trench so the water parts around you as opposed to flood your tent. And so you're supposed to be able to get that up in like 5 minutes, but the snaps are terrible. They don't snap. It's like old football helmets from when you were in Pee Wee football. You ever try to snap one of those fucking things? They're just broken. They just don't work. So everyone just ends up just fucking kind of like, using their own half to cover themselves and just laying on the floor. It's stupid. It's like the worst. It's like, why doesn't everyone just have their own? It's cloth. It's not that heavy.
They want you to find a buddy.
It's fucking stupid.
It's to help you make a friend.
Yep. That's just ridiculous.
Fucking strap a fucking sheet of canvas to the back of your TA-50. Just fuck off.
Rock or something. Anyway.
Yeah.
you two were preparing dinner
Yes.
or pastries, or not exactly sure.
Well, we had assembled a bunch of the pastries
And AJ
for
threatened to throw egg on him.
At
For
some
car-
point, you put
Cargills.
egg in this.
yeah, right.
So, all right. What is Rain doing?
I believe I was upstairs piloting the La Nostra, making sure we didn't crash into, a mountain or a shadow dragon or, something like
All
that.
right.
Otherwise, that's yeah, I'm just kind of sitting back.
All right. You guys finish doing your meal prep and getting your stuff done. And what's your next move?
I will bring everything out under a cloche, series of micro cloche, and set them around the tables. We'll kind of, I guess, like do like a picnic bench type spread. Since Homeboy has to stay in the room right now. Cargillus, is that right?
Yeah, Cargillus.
Right. I literally just remember, what are you talking about, Gillis? And then the word car. That's literally how I'm remembering this. Thanks, brain.
Uh,
What you talking about, Cargillus?
Gonna have to be really careful coming up on deck because with all those eyes, he's just bound to get something debris or something to fly in there as we're zipping along.
Well, yeah, we can just set up some tables up top and we can have our meal outdoors.
Okay.
all right. All good. So now you guys get everything set up. Brendan helps you guys carry the tables up. Hawks is sitting up there just kind of, I don't know what Hawks is doing. He's kind of just rocking on his tail.
I thought Hawks might be sitting there just periodically casting a very small fireball underneath the like to keep the food hot like a sterno burner.
Firebolt, firebolt, firebolt.
Yep.
Careful though, those miss.
So you guys have Cargillus up with you, or is he staying downstairs?
I mean, it's up to him.
All right.
He's sentient. He can make his decisions, but there is food. I made him a bunch of treats, so if he wants to come up and try them.
You said the magic word. He is hunting them treats, and he comes up immediately. Serena actually joined you guys as well.
I didn't make her nothing because she doesn't eat. We should go dump some macaroni and cheese in her grave. That's how it works, right?
Oh my god.
That's how it works, right?
Well,
If you're a ghost, the things you're buried with are the stuff you get to keep.
Stuff you get to keep.
well,
yeah.
technically the body's down below in gentle repose, so
Oh, we'll just pour some macaroni on her head. It'll be all right.
damn.
I mean,
Alrighty.
imagine
how much
you
gravy
could-
does it take to coat a corpse? I'm just wondering.
I'm just saying, if you walk down there and you just like, I don't know, took like a breadstick, it was like, bop, just like stuck in her. She gets to eat a fucking breadstick forever. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Right?
but isn't the breadstick? I mean, what is it just going to start to mold eventually? And
Yeah, we'll swap it out. We're not monsters. I'm
Okay,
saying.
I was just wondering. You said forever. I'm like, maybe she'd like some variety.
I'm
You
just
know,
saying,
give-
man.
give
You
her-
ever had
give
the
her
bread?
a salad? I don't know.
What is it? Fucking Olive Garden. I don't like their food, but their breadsticks are awesome. Like, just let me have their breadsticks.
Look, it's hard to fuck up bread. I mean, I'm not saying it
Well,
can't be done, but it's hard to fuck up. Well,
let's be honest, man. You ever been to a fucking Cracker Barrel?
oh, that's not bread.
They fuck that shit straight on up.
That's not bread,
Gotta
and neither
cover
is
it.
whatever they serve at Subway. That's not bread either.
Oh yeah, I saw that lawsuit, by the way. It's
Yeah,
too
it's not
sugary
bread.
to be bread.
It's too sugary to be bread.
Don't care. Still eat it.
Yeah.
It's good. If it's good enough for Steph Curry, it's good enough for me. That's a joke, by the way. You know those fucking sports athletes do not eat that Subway food, right?
No.
Tom Brady ain't had bread in fucking 12 years.
Tom Brady hasn't been within 8 miles of a fucking Subway.
That's why nobody's in the scenes together. They're all cutaways.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to be together for Subway. Yeah, everyone has to look at the other's eyes and just feel the shame. No.
You got Brennan holding the wheel while you guys do your food.
Okay.
Please come eat.
You don't have
Um,
to ask me twice.
Thank you.
Carlos just keeps munching on things and keeping his mouth full, not talking.
I'm just gonna make a mental note of the things that he eats and the things, how his reaction, kind of get a grip on what kind of stuff he prefers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
You
just
notice
gonna.
he moans for anything jelly filled.
That's a very unique sound that you just made out of your mouth. That's
Those were
yeah,
words.
Yeah. Let's do another take of that one and just clip that one. Okay, we're just gonna clip that one because there's no way anyone's gonna hear that and they're not going to stop what they're doing for a moment. Let's try that one more time.
Right. As he's eating, you hear him moan anytime he eats a jelly filled.
Never mind.
Okay.
Okay, we're keeping it that way. Okay. All right. We'll just keep the first one. And gross. All right. I'm going to stop paying attention then.
Whew, okay, I'm better now.
I'm gonna smoke a pipe and sit up at the front of the ship, kind of watching everyone else eat.
Alrighty.
Adria's going to approach Rain, and she is going to say, Captain Rain,
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to thank you for how kind you were to me and my father 10 years ago. I sort of remember being on your ship, but it was a confusing time.
It was a long time ago, and yeah, you were already in the early throes of losing your identity.
Mhm.
I remember having long talks with your dad and seeing the worry in his eyes, and hoping that he'd find the answer in Matira Bay. But I guess better late than never.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we can help you with your mission.
Yeah, it's a little more complicated with everything that's going on now, but yeah, I'm glad you're back. It does make it makes it a little easier.
I can understand that. Kestrel was not the most helpful person.
She had her good traits. She was handy with, taking care of monsters, and she certainly kept Kevin on his toes, which was kind of fun to watch every once in a while. But yeah, no, he's really, really glad to have you back. So I'm glad in some way I could help, even if I don't still completely 100% understand what's going on. I'm trying.
Well, I don't know. A lot of weird stuff seems to happen when you take up the life of an adventurer.
I'm learning. I thought privateering was full of interesting little sidebars, but no, this is definitely an entirely new a new thing for me.
Mhm.
But no, well, what do you think about your dad? You think think we'll be able to track him down? I'm sure he'd be really happy to see you.
Yeah. I'm sure we can find him. I think he's more capable of surviving than his persona sort of lets on.
Well, no, I kind of picked up on that a little bit while we were talking. He'd certainly been through his own, share of ordeals, and he he's a bard. He's going to be fine. If he could certainly find a way to talk through just about anything from what I remember. It was an interesting 2 months on board the ship.
He's got a real candor attitude. Get it? Because he was in a bottle. Never mind. That's a comic book joke.
The bottle of kryptonite Candor?
Yeah. Bottle
Okay.
City of Candor, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have someone here who knows how to steer a ship, although I would assume that flying one in the air is different from sailing one on the water.
Yeah, there seems to be some differences in things like resistance, and certainly a lot less seasickness. It's kind of nice not to have to deal with that every once in a while. But big flying dragons in the air, that's not something we normally have to deal with on the sea. So it probably balances itself out in the end.
Mhm.
I also, wouldn't let Kaeviir hear you say that, because I'm pretty sure he thinks he's a better captain than I am.
I am.
Well, we'll agree to disagree.
Do what you got to do, man.
Well, if that was the case, though, then he would be flying it and not you.
Just busy.
Well, it's
to delegate. You got to delegate.
Well, I have a feeling that you have a very positive influence on him as a person, so I look forward to seeing if he changes any.
Well,
now that you're back.
I don't know. I mean,
was he always this bossy when you guys were kind of going around Barovia and whatnot? Or
yeah, I mean, he's always kind of like that, but he doesn't.
Okay.
It's some of it is he's just kind of grumpy sometimes, but I think some of the grumpiness isn't really grumpiness.
Okay. To be fair, he certainly does seem like he genuinely cares, even if he doesn't always, want that to show. I get it.
Well, I'm really happy to be back, and I'm really happy to see some familiar faces.
I'm glad you still recognize people. I was genuinely worried.
Well, we'll have to figure out if the sword that we've got today that I found, if that can also cure my mom, because she must be also suffering under a memory curse.
Yeah, that does seem to go around here an awful lot. And if it woke you up, I would hope that it being a family heirloom, so to speak, it would have the same effect.
I guess we'll see, or
Yep.
we'll have to find another way to cure her.
I'm just gonna gesture. Could be a mirror.
Even if it's a mirror version, we can't leave her like this.
I'm not suggesting I'll approach. I'm not suggesting that we leave anybody. I'm simply saying that oftentimes when familial relations are involved, it's best to approach with caution.
I'll be cautious
Mm-hmm.
when I approach her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always cautious when I approach my family members, although most of my family members are usually out to try and kill me, so kind of comes with the territory.
Well, my mom wouldn't do that.
Well, that's good.
That's sort of the point of what I'm getting at. Is
Yeah.
you saying she wouldn't do that is exactly why you should approach with caution.
Mhm.
Well, we're going
Look how
to
far apart her eyes are, and she still has so many blind spots.
we're going to have to approach her to like cure her. We'll approach her. I'll have the sword and we'll see if the sword cures her. If it doesn't, we will befriend her
You're going
and then
to
figure out
approach
a different way to cure her.
You're going to approach a warrior
Mhm.
with a blade out.
I'm not going to have it out. I'll have it sheathed on my belt.
You think it'll be more effective if it's in the belt?
If it's not, then I'll be like, hey, cool sword, want to see mine?
You've really thought this through, huh?
I've been myself for less than 6 hours. This is still in the planning stages.
Give her a little bit of a break.
I just think that anytime family is involved,
Mhm.
it's good to stay cautious. When we know mirrors exist, doubly so. Just my 2 cents.
Mhm.
Well, I'm still sort of new to the whole mirror thing, but yeah, I guess I can see your point.
I'm just in my head, I'm thinking that's why Relena I need to keep an eye on her. Do you know what I mean? Like that thought of a person, you want to see him so bad that you let your guard down, and that's when you get killed. That's what happens.
I feel like based on how David was laughing, Adri's going to get stabbed by her mother. I feel like that is not just a
Would
possibility.
I do that?
Yes, you would.
No more wire hangers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So is everybody eating?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How is it?
Fantastic.
It's delicious. Thank you.
I can honestly say this is the best meal I've ever had on board a ship.
I'm gonna wait for everyone to eat while still not eating. And I'm walk around and check to make sure everyone's had a little bit.
I don't like the way you're setting that up.
I'm just gonna walk around and like, you have something to eat? Okay, good. And I'm gonna like make a check mark on a list, piece of paper. Rain. You had enough?
Probably more than I needed, to be perfectly honest with you.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
make a
hand come
check
up from
mark.
under the table, grab another one and pull it under.
I'm gonna pull out that piece of paper, make a check mark, and then move on. Adri,
Yes.
you full? You got enough to eat?
I had enough to eat. Thank you.
I'm just walking around taking tally of everyone who ate. And once I get everything, I'm gonna look kind of from the front of the ship. I'm gonna look around and kind of like fold up the piece of paper and put it in my jacket.
Okay.
And then light a pipe, and I have not eaten a damn thing.
At this point, Rain, you get hit with a sending spell.
I'm sorry.
Somebody has magically sent a message to your brain.
Okay.
A sending spell.
That's
I have your crew, their lives in your ship to help me against the Kurgat.
Okay.
New brain, who this?
Yeah, exactly. Do I actually hear the voice when the message comes through, or is it just like,
Yeah. Yeah,
do I
you hear the voice.
recognize the voice?
It sounds like possibly one of your ex-captain salty dogs.
I'm being blackmailed by. Needs my help against the Kurgat. Okay. I kind of like stop chewing when this hits me, so I kind of go catatonic for a couple of seconds, and then I just kind of start slowly chewing again while I contemplate that message. I'm going to slowly get up from the table, and I'm going to make my way up to the front of the boat. And I'll approach Kaeviir. I'll kind of spin around to face the same direction he is. I'll sort of lean back against a railing or whatever's there. I'll actually pull out my own pipe. I'll light it. And I'll take a drag, and then I'll kind of just sort of out of the corner of my mouth going say, we might have a situation.
Go on.
Someone thought it would be nice to ruin my meal by sending me a message. Just kind of hit me right between the eyes, maybe quite literally. I got a feeling that one of Draga's lackeys might be holding my crew ransom. Yeah.
Any
I got
idea
all
where?
I wasn't specific about it, but given where I knew they were going to be going, if they were running the normal routes and doing the normal business, they could be back in Martira Bay, or they could be in Nevashar Springs. And given what has been going on in Nevashar, it could be either or. They weren't specific about that.
How long until Duwak? How long until we have to go pick up the other three?
Which other three? There's kind of two sets of three out there right now.
The other 3 our three. Relena.
They haven't contacted you yet.
Were we picking them up, or did they have a way to like teleport back to the ship?
Victor can scry the ship and find it if he needs to.
Okay. All right. Well, how far out would those 2 locations be from where we're at? How fast can we get there?
From what I recall, D-Walk, we were kind of halfway in between each. We were heading
That is
back
true.
we were heading back from Martira anyway, I believe.
We still are tracking Liadrin, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Newbridge Springs is the direction that Soth and Thrasta were heading to meet up with Midnight.
Yeah.
And the last known place you knew the sea bitch was and the crew was Materia Bay.
Yeah. Which I think we were already heading in the direction of anyway. I would probably stand to reason right now that we might as well just stay on course and check Materia Bay out first.
I thought we were heading to Nevachar
no.
Springs.
You're right.
Yeah.
We are headed towards. Okay. All right. Strike that. Reverse it. Since we're already heading towards Nevashar Springs, then we might as well just keep on course.
Are any of these more time sensitive than the other? They said, what did the message say exactly?
Said that effectively they were holding my crew and my ship hostage in exchange for my help with the Kurgat. So apparently, and I'm not exactly sure why they would need my help specifically, it does make me wonder if this is a trap, knowing what I know about Draga and knowing what I know about how we're all involved in the current sweepstakes towards being Lord of Darkon. It stands to reason he could be trying to lull me in to try and off me and take one less, keep one person out of the running. I don't trust him, but I also don't want to see anything happen to my ship or my crew. I don't know that I have a choice.
AG,
Yeah.
I want to fill her in on the situation.
Just leave the table. Two hands come up from underneath and pulling the rest of the treats down below.
Can you ask them to prove it? They sent you a message, right? So normally you can reply to those.
Yeah, I hadn't focused on that yet because I didn't exactly know what the correct course of action would be, seeing that we already kind of had a run at things.
Did you recognize the voice?
It certainly came across as being one of Draga's lackeys, although I can't recall exactly which one. But I can't think of anybody else right now that would have access to my crew, or at least a way to get to my crew and be able to potentially run them over. That's what's got me concerned the most, is the fact that they've allowed themselves to be taken hostage. That is not an easy task. It's not like my crew are a bunch of slouches. So if there was anybody out there that could do it, Draga's men probably would be at the top of that list. And it's a short list. As far as proving it,
You, I could try to scry. I can do that one more time today.
well, do you think we're going to need that for anything else, or do we run the risk of giving away our position if you do?
I'm gonna walk away from their conversation while they're having it and walk straight downstairs into my lab and start grabbing some gear.
You walk in the lab, you see Ludo unconscious on the floor, holding Adri's book, and two vials taped to his chest, and a note says, "To wake, take two."
I'm just gonna push him under my desk with my foot. I'll deal with this later.
You also see the book from the institute that you knew Victor had stolen earlier open. One of the mirrors is unlocked, and there is blood on the floor that flashes you back to the same scene when he opened the mirror from the broken mirror from the other side.
Okay, can you repeat that one more time? I just want to make sure I got everything.
All right. So as you come in, Ludo's on the floor.
Passed
He's
out.
unconscious. Okay.
Right.
The book's open. Victor has notes in the book. The mirror has been unlocked because you remember two of the mirrors had magical locks on them.
Right.
One has been unlocked. There's blood on the floor. You can see a similar scene back when Victor reopened the broken mirror to the dark dimension. The one that the other you broke on the other side.
Right.
And he used blood magic to open it, and he had Lucian stabilize him as he used the blood magic and poured into it. You could probably safely assume Nick is the one that stabilized him this time.
Well, it says to give him two for him to wake up.
Yeah. It seems that young Victor has figured out that you can put elves to sleep with sleeping poison.
Rude.
They may not be able to go to sleep magically,
Rude.
but it doesn't say anything about poisons or anything like that.
It's rude, David.
Well, I'm
Dare you?
glad everyone ate.
Wow, she didn't like that.
How long has it been, D-Walk? About an hour? Since everyone was having our dinner?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I timed it all right. I was not expecting to find this guy in here.
All right. Ooh, I got multiple questions.
Ah.
Hold on. I need con checks from you two, please.
Con checks or con saves?
Save?
Save, yeah.
And by you too, do you mean Adrian I or
Yes.
Of course,
uh,
he means that.
all right, a
Hold on. Ew, poor Hawks. Oh, the beholder rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, well, good for him.
If this is a charm, I get advantage on the save.
Nope.
I get to make a Constitution saving throw. Well, that didn't come out horrible. It's a 17.
13.
That's slightly less.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Repairing that. By the way, I have important rolls that I'll go ahead and take care of now, if that's cool with you. Because it will be relevant, I imagine.
I think something's going to happen.
16 and a 15.
You might
Shit.
be right.
You might be right. There's a lot of talking going on.
Okay, so that was a 13 and a 17, you guys said?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Well, mhm.
They ate a lot.
No.
I asked them a bunch of times.
Um,
I went around and I took notes. I checked off everybody's name to make sure that they had all taken food. All of them
Right.
said they had eaten a lot. It was delicious, I think Rachel said. Fucking Nate said I couldn't eat another bite. You can go back and check the tape if you like. As a matter of fact, there's still a guy
No.
under the table still eating right now.
No, Hawks is out cold. He rolled a 5. Serena and Brendan neither ate because they're both undead. Of
I don't care about them.
course you don't.
They're not going to be able to stop me.
So, give me 2 more con saves each.
Not 20, so 24.
Okay.
And a 6.
I got a 9 on the first one.
My
All
God.
right. Then we don't need the second one.
Oh.
All right, get
I
me.
have a horrible explosive diarrhea now, don't I?
I hope not. All right. So you
Sorry
guys
to
are up
surprise
there.
you. Sorry to surprise you with this, D-Walk.
So,
It's relevant.
all right. So you guys are up there. Kaeviir's disappeared downstairs. Hawks goes down first under the table. Under the table, you guys can actually start hearing him snoring.
Nothing suspicious about him. He ate a bunch of snacks.
So the beholder's kind of standing strong after a few minutes. You start seeing him get drowsy, and it's about the same time Rain you begin to drowsy and
Oh, God, I ate
start.
too much.
Are you
Man.
going to be able to steer the ship?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to walk back to the table at this point. I got really tired all of a sudden. I should not have eaten so much turkey. I know better than that. Do I notice?
Argilius kind of just stops floating and rolls. As eye stalks thump the thing as he rolls.
And Hawks is face down in a bowl of mashed potatoes.
Pretty much.
Can I do a medicine check considering a beholder is rolling on the ground?
He's not supposed to do that, is he? It looks like that would hurt. He's going to get splinters in his eyes rolling around on the deck like that. I'm really tired. Oh, man.
All right.
Okay.
So Rain goes down.
11.
You can definitely tell you're not sure exactly what did it, but they are all being affected by the same thing. It's hitting every one of them one by one.
How do I feel?
For the moment, fine. In fact, like as the beholder, as a Cargillus and Rain both fall asleep, you're actually, you're feeling pumped. Jeez. Great
I would
great
like
minds.
I am very frustrated that you did this right this second because it's like, you son of a bitch.
Oh,
I would like to cast Detect Poison and Disease. This is a concentration up to 10 minutes. The range is 30 feet. For the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creatures, or disease in each case.
okay. How long does it take you to cast?
An action.
That's
6 seconds. All right. Eight. All right. All right. Now the spell goes off. You realize all of them, including yourself, has been hit with Drow sleeping poison.
Okay.
Rachel's been dealing with 12 for a long time. She's like, I know exactly
I
the
know.
protocol.
I know. Okay.
Now using Cargillus as a beanbag. A big, fluffy beholder body pillow.
I am suffering from it as
Oh,
well.
that is a comic right there. Yes.
Okay. Then I would like to cast Lesser Restoration on
That's
myself.
another action,
That
correct?
is another action.
How many saves
Mhm.
in did you fail?
The third one.
Okay.
Do I cast it myself?
I'm trying to think right now.
What do you have to do to cast a spell?
Lesser Resto takes an action. It is a touch. Components are verbal and somatic. You touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition affecting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. David
Who are
said
you-
this is a drow sleeping poison.
Who are you targeting?
Myself?
Okay. You don't have to roll anything.
Nope.
Okay. Go to it.
No, I'm calculating right now. I'm running through scenarios.
And once you're cured, you're not immune after.
That depends on the
When you
Poison.
imbibed food, it's in your stomach. Did you throw up?
it cures it.
The first time you got afflicted by it,
Curing it would neutralize it.
neutralize the poison or cure your effect to the poison. So like if
The spell will cancel out any effects in her body.
okay,
Um,
but if it were to be reapplied, then you would.
yeah, if you reapplied it.
Yeah, it's not like a lasting buff.
That's what I'm saying. You don't
Yeah,
become
no.
immune to poisons.
No. It's not like one of those. If I'm gonna say she's able to pull off the spell before she fully goes out.
Okay.
So
Okay. What are Serena and Brendan doing right now?
Brendan's kind of standing there with the bottom of his jaw almost unhinged, mouth open, like, what the? Dark Lady, are you okay? Dark Lady, speak.
Not at the moment, Brendan. We need to
Oh,
figure out what this is. Serena.
the blood vessel survives.
Serena,
Yes, AJ.
can you find Kaeviir?
Assuredly.
Thank you.
You,
David,
you haven't ghost proofed your lab yet, have you?
No.
Okay. Just you proof your lab from a lot of things.
Yeah, but only for vampires, werewolves, and demons.
Yes, Rachel.
Um, I cannot remember if my death ward is still going.
Oh my
So
God, are we
if it
going
is
back in
not,
time?
if it is not, I would like to cast death ward on myself after Serena leaves.
Oh
So if you want me to
Lord.
spend a spell slot on it now, I will.
When did you activate it?
I don't remember. I'll go ahead and spend a spell slot. I cast death
Okay,
ward on myself.
And since Rachel's taken 4 turns in a row, I'd like a turn in here somewhere.
of course. Yeah.
Thank you. Since we're essentially playing combat roleplay here.
We cut to Kaeviir.
As that's all going on up top, you are down your lab.
I am in the process of reviving. Actually, probably better to revive him later. In my approximation, everyone ate food, everyone was going to be passing out, and I was pretty certain that she was going to go before I get back. I was just pretty certain everyone was going to be down here.
Yeah.
So I'm acting as though everybody's down. I heard thud, 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 and I guess somatic components, but I'm 2 floors down. I wouldn't hear that probably. So I'm going to assume everything's going according to plan, and I won't think anything until I get any stimuli to let me know something's different. I
Okay.
assume when the fucking ghost comes down into the lab to spy on me, I will notice them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you have a round before that happens.
Okay. I'm gonna take the 2, what is it, pills kind of?
Mm-hmm. Well, vials. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the 2 vials. I'm gonna slide them into my coat. I've got my gear that I've been assembling on my desk. I've got some books. I've got Adri's journal, if I could have gotten to it, or something to prove Adri exists. It doesn't have to be a journal. It could be a fucking hair clip or a fucking whatever, anything. Just I need to go in her room and grab something. Then I need to. I'm gonna throw the bag on Ludo, right? Who's asleep. He's not moving, and I'm going to try to drag him. He's a light guy like me, right? He's not like super huge.
No, he's maybe like $120, $130.
I could probably carry him, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw him over my shoulder as best as I can. He's wearing the backpack, not me. And then I'm going to start heading up the stairs, and I'm going to be talking as a matter of fact, because I'm pretty certain this all went according to plan. Brandon,
As you do that, Serena floats down through the floor.
she's still awake.
Yes.
That was the one.
Did you do this?
Yeah, I had to. I need you to distract her
Why?
because I'm asking you to, and you live on my boat.
Give me a good reason to. If it was Kestrel, 100%. But this is AJ.
She can't be trusted to interact with her mom right now. She can't interact. I'm going to go check on that for her. And if we can make sure everything's okay.
Is that Ludo?
I need you to focus right now. All right?
What did you do to Ludo?
I didn't do anything to Ludo. He wasn't even down here until I got down here. This is different, not part of the plan. I need you to get it together. I'd smack you, but we all know that's not going to work. I need you to do this. So you left me a plaque. We're not going to do this again right now. We're not going to do this right now. We're not going to do this right now. Everyone else up there is asleep. They're not going to take any actual harm. They're just going to wake up in about an hour. Brandon is going to fly the ship in the opposite direction to go help Rain's crew. I'm going to get out of here with apparently Ludo now, which is going to make the disembarking process more complicated, I'd imagine.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to make sure everything's okay.
I kind of want to let them go just to see this buddy comedy of Kaeviir and Ludo adventuring together.
My question is, he thought AJ was going to be unreasonable with the rest. Ludo thinks he's dead.
Thanks for listening to Freelance Heroism. We really appreciate you coming in and listening. We also really appreciate all the people who support our Patreon.
by supporting the Patreon, you're going to get behind the scene uncut clips that you'll get to see sort of like maybe the tissue behind some of the edited, cleaned up content. And you'll get that whenever we have a big block of it to drop, as well as any updates or any information behind the scenes stuff that we think the Patreons would like to know. So if you'd like to support our Patreon and help us continue making the high quality, high octane podcast that you've come to expect, go ahead to patreon.com/freelance_heroism. Thank you. And as usual, the invoice is in the mail. Do you think they could check a transformer for drugs, like by getting drug dogs? Do you think they have to like reach up their trunk? You know,
That is definitely have to search that undercarriage.
Sir, do you have anything in your catalytic converter? Going to need you to drop your oil pan and allow me to search you.